Lee Sims here with the first face cam video. I didn't mean to smack on that like that. Let me start over. Anyways, what's up, y'all? Lee Sims here with the first face cam video on this channel. Today we are talking Inzoi. Today I'm gonna be talking about some things that I do like about the game, and then I plan to drop another video about some things that I would really like to see in Inzoi as time goes on. Do keep in mind that this is an early access game, so this game is not meant to be complete right now. Like, this is in progress. They're still working on it. They're actively dropping updates to the game. There's been a few updates already. I do like the fact that they've already updated the game so far. That's very promising. But we're gonna go ahead and get into some of the things that I do like about the game. Before that, this is really random and not related to Inzoi, so if you don't want to see this, skip over it. If you do, I'm drinking some cranberry juice right now out the container, and I've been trying to try all the different flavors, so I'm curious to know, what flavors have y'all tried? What's a good flavor to try? What's y'all favorite? Like, whatever, drop a comment, let me know. My favorite right now is cran pineapple. Try it, but I'll buy it. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and get into the things that I do like about the game so far. So one thing I like about the game so far is the open world aspect. I really like how lively it is. Like, the fact that my Zoe could be in their apartment and other people will be passing by, or I could be walking around and walking through the city and I see other Zoes that I created walking by and going to do different things. And the fact that you could schedule people to meet up at the same place at the same time. Now, again, like I've already stated, this is an early game, so some of the things can seem repetitive, but I think that they're really making it alive so far. I really look forward to when they add more things to go on and more things going on within the city, more things that Zoes can do. But so far, I think that it's very promising. The next thing is cars. I've always been a big fan of cars and life simulation games. I know some people don't care for it, and that's okay. But as for me personally, I love having a car in a life simulation game. We have cars in real life. I personally like having a car in real life, so I would like to have a car in my game. Now, right now they only have a few cars in the game, so they do have like real cars in the game, like Hyundai, so I'm curious to know if they'll have any other brands or if it'll just be Hyundai in the game. But I do like the car aspect, that you can buy one and that you can, choose the color. The driving isn't, this isn't a racing game. This isn't Need for Speed. This isn't meant to be a game where you're supposed to be racing, so if you're looking for that type of driving, don't expect it. It's just to get you to and fro. It's good enough for me for this type of game. I like it. And then the fact that you don't have to manually drive if you don't want to is cool as well. One thing that bothers me, I've only played with a single Zoe so far, but I've heard you can only have one car per Zoe family and it goes to the oldest person. I'm currently, again, only playing with one Zoe, but it's annoying to know that when either of my Zoes do get like into a relationship, only one of them can have their car. And I'm sure they plan to expand on that. That might just be a limitation during the early access. And I also look forward to further customization features and more cars. So the next thing is the active job system. Right now, there's not a lot of jobs. I was expecting a little bit more jobs originally. There's only like 2 part-time jobs in each city is active, and then like 2 full-time jobs in each city. To me personally, I feel like there isn't much variation between the jobs and the types of activities that you will be doing within the jobs. Maybe the idle career. I've been playing the firefighter career. So far, I'm doing like a lot of administrative work. I thought it was going to be more like I was going to be fighting fires. Maybe that's a future plan, or maybe it'll get there and I just haven't gotten to that point yet. So I don't know, but I do like the fact that they have it in the base game, that it's something that's already there to begin with, and I'm sure they do plan to expand on it, and that what they have so far is, again, just another limitation of early access. One that I really hope they make active is that criminal career, or whatever it is, West Side, whatever. I had one of my Zoids do that career because I was gonna have him, go to jail and do things like that. So I thought I was gonna be able to be active and do something like that. Unfortunately, it is a rabbit hole job. Speaking of jail, that is one of the other things that I do like about the game. I do really like the jail system. I like the fact that there are consequences to doing those negative things in the game, because that's how it works in real life. I think it would maybe be cool to have a setting to be able to adjust how that works. I feel like having that option would be cool because people can have different types of cities. Maybe certain types of crimes are embraced. Maybe in cities that are run down, tore down, crimes don't really matter as much. Maybe if anything, that builds your reputation or something like that. But as for the realism and the realistic approach, I really like that doing these things will make you go to jail. Now, the prison system isn't really fleshed out. I'm sure they plan to expand on that, and I'm pretty sure they did say that in their Discord. But as of right now, you do what you do, the cops will come and get you, they take you to jail, and boom, you're just there. There's a bed, there's vending machines, there's not much to do. You just gotta serve your sentence, which they do tell you through one of the, I can't remember what they specifically call them, or if they just refer to them as emotions, but those little things. But like I said, I look forward to how they expand on it and make it a little bit better. The next thing I like about the game is how they do the interactions. I like how they word them. I feel like I see some of the same interactions, which I'm sure they plan to add more, but I like how they're set up for storytelling purposes. You can have your Inzoi actually say something very specific. I don't know. I don't really know off the top of my head at the moment. Some of the interactions, they're not coming to mind like they were earlier. But I do have a gameplay clip running right now that should be showing some of the interactions that are available. So that's kind of what I mean. If you could see, they're kind of very specific. So that way, if you were doing a gameplay video or even just playing by yourself and you wanted to tell a little bit of a story, you can kind of do that. Now, they don't really do anything, it seems, and from my understanding, but I'm sure they plan to expand on that, and that would be cool. Really hope that maybe saying that I do like street food, for example, might encourage somebody to go and get street food or try it. Or if they don't like it, they're gonna be like disgusted animation or something. I don't know, like different things like that. And that will really enhance storytelling purposes, really make it realistic, because that's how it works in real life, you know. And then lastly, I really like the option for direct control. I don't use it as much as I thought I would initially, but I've always liked and always wanted to be able to directly control my character in life simulation games. One of my favorites growing up was Sims 2 on the PS2 console. I've always been looking forward to another game doing it like that, and none of them have. So I'm really excited that Inzoi does have that feature. The only thing is right now it does seem a little bit clunky, like in the sense that if you run into certain things, you kind of get stuck on them, and they don't really do that with direct control. They know to kind of go around that, or they just won't run into that. So it seems like some of the colliders or whatever on the items are kind of getting in the way, or kind of big, and the characters are running into them or something. They're just getting caught on something. So that's one thing I don't like about using the direct control. That makes me kind of stay away from it. But I do like the fact that it's there, and I'm sure they plan to expand on it. And then when they have controller support, it's gonna be over. Another thing is with the direct control is I wish they had an interaction button that I could press on my keyboard. Usually it would be like the E key, so that way if I'm using WASD to move, I feel like I've been talking a lot. I feel like I need to take a sip. Woo. Anyways, with the WASD keys, I wish that there was a way to interact with certain objects by just pressing like E or something. So that way I don't have to use my mouse if I don't want to. Again, I do like the option that is there, and I look forward to how they plan to expand that. That was all that I have for this video today. There are a lot of other things that I like about the game so far, but if I were to sit up and make a video about that, it would be a lot longer. So I just thought I'd talk about some of the main things, which are some of the bigger aspects of the game. Maybe I'll go ahead and make another video on some of the little smaller details that I've noticed that I really like about the game. And then the next video will probably be things that I like to see in the game as well. But anyways, go ahead and drop a like if you like this video. If you watch that segment, go ahead and drop a comment with your favorite cranberry flavor or cranberry juice that I should try, or just let me know what you think about the game so far and what you look forward to. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. I plan to drop more Inzoi content, more gameplay videos, Sims content as well. I have not forgotten about the Sims, and in shorts, you know, that's what I do. So if y'all want to go ahead and see more content from me, go ahead and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch y'all next time.